Thanks for listening to the 39th Street Church of Christ Daily Devotional. The devotional today is I Know by Jack Williams. When I was a young man, I may be fixing to go out for the night and just have a little fun like young men do. And at times my father would stop me and say, "Come here, son." I'd go over and he might begin the conversation with, "I know." And sometimes that kind of causes your stomach to go up into your heart. But other times it was him telling me, "You're doing well and I appreciate it." But the realization that my father knew things, sometimes I thought he was psychic, but the realization that he knew helped me to be a better person, to realize that I was responsible for my actions and responsible to others. Whenever I look in the scriptures, you don't read very far at all until you get the account of Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve placed in the garden, given simple rules to follow, and they sinned. Well, you find in Genesis, the third chapter, that they hid themselves. And you find God saying, "Where art thou?" Now, we understand God knew exactly where they were, but he wanted them to understand that he knew and that they were responsible. Just like my earthly father wanted me to understand he knew and I was responsible, good or bad. Well, of course, through the scriptures, you find that repeated over and over. In Psalm 139, the psalmist says that God had searched him and knew him. And in verse 7, he says, "Whither shall I go from thy spirit? Whither shall I flee from thy presence?" In other words, we need to understand each and every day as we go through life, God knows. Now, in the book of Revelation, you find in chapters 2 and 3, the letters to the seven churches of Asia. And it's notable that in each one of those, it says, I know. God knew what they did. Now, sometimes it was not good that he knew. Other times it was a blessing. God knew what they were going through, what they'd done, their works. And that was a great encouragement. You know, as we go through each day, we need to understand that God knows. It can act as a preventive. We can think we're getting away with something, but then we realize God knows. We can think nobody cares that I do this good thing, and of course we don't do it for the accolades, for the pat on the back, but it is good to know that God knows. 2 Corinthians, the 5th chapter, in verse 10, we find that we'll all appear before the judgment seat, and we'll give answer for the things that we've done in our body, whether it be good or whether it be evil or bad. Well, to a child of God who lives each day saying God knows, God understands, God cares, that's a good thing. We're ready for the judgment. Let me give you another thought. As you go through the day, it's not only God that knows. Sometimes we think nobody's around, nobody sees. I remember some time back, I was going through a checkout line in a store not far from here. A young lady was having a difficult time operating that checkout machine. Several people spoke ugly to her, and I was in a hurry. I was getting a little tensed up myself. But I got up there and I just told her, I said, I hope you have a better day. I hope this works out better. And I'm sorry people spoke to you that way. Well, she checked me out and took a little while. But she checked me out and then she looked and she said, "By the way, you're the preacher down at the 39th Street Church of Christ, aren't you?" Well, it turns out she had visited there with somebody a while back and I didn't remember her, but she remembered me. Thing is, I go through life each day and that thought, I know. God knows. People around me know. And I know they know. So I choose good. Just a little better incentive to do that each and everything I do. I hope that all of us do good because he knows. Thank you for listening. You have a good day.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this short devotional. We encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you'll be notified of other devotionals that will be forthcoming. Also, we encourage you to join us online live as we stream our services at each service time. More information can be found on our website at the link below. Thank you.